There is a fear many parents are carrying now. It is deeper than screen time, deeper than homework, deeper than whether your teenager is using AI too much, too early, or too secretly. It is the fear that the world has changed shape, and your child may still be preparing for the old one. For years, parents were told the formula: work hard, get the grades, follow the pathway, choose the stable career, build a secure life. That formula gave families comfort. It made the future feel understandable. Then AI arrived. At first, it looked like another tool, a smarter search engine, a homework helper, a writing assistant, a way to summarize notes faster. Then, quietly, it became something else. AI began to write, explain, code, plan, design, generate, analyze, simulate, build. And suddenly, parents began asking a different question. If AI can produce the answer, what does my child need to become? That question matters, because the danger is deeper than AI doing homework. The danger is that many teenagers may grow up learning how to consume intelligence without developing intelligence. They may learn how to receive answers without knowing how to question. They may learn how to generate output without knowing how to judge it. They may learn how to finish work faster without becoming stronger thinkers. That is the quiet risk. A teenager can appear productive while becoming mentally passive. A teenager can appear ahead while losing the ability to think deeply. A teenager can appear efficient while becoming dependent. This is why the conversation around AI and education needs to mature. The issue is no longer whether AI should exist in your child's world. It already does. The issue is what kind of mind your child is building inside that world. And that is where the real advantage begins. Because in the age of AI, the winning teenager will have a mind that can see systems, a mind that can ask sharper questions, a mind that can find root causes, a mind that can challenge assumptions, a mind that can turn confusion into clarity, a mind that can use AI as leverage rather than lean on it as a crutch. This is the deeper promise of super learning, to help teenagers think, lead, and build with AI. Because the future will belong to young people who can direct intelligence, human intelligence, machine intelligence, and the intelligence that emerges when the two are used wisely. Most parents look at the surface. That is natural. Parents see the grade, the assignment, the phone, the attitude, the unfinished work, the late night, the distraction, the child saying, "I already know." The child saying, "I used AI only a little." The child saying, "Everyone is doing it." Those are surface events. They are visible. They are loud. They are easy to worry about. Yet surface events rarely explain the whole problem. A weak grade may look like laziness. Underneath, it may be a study system problem. A distracted teenager may look careless. Underneath, it may be a feedback loop created by sleep, social pressure, notifications, boredom, and unclear goals. A child using AI to finish homework may look dishonest. Underneath, it may be a sign that the child has never been taught how to think with a tool while keeping their own judgment active. This is one of the great lessons parents need now. Every teenage problem is part of a system. AI does not enter a neutral mind. It enters a system of habits, a system of beliefs, a system of emotions, a system of incentives, a system of school pressure, a system of peer comparison, a system of fear around failure, a system of hidden assumptions about what learning is supposed to be. So when a parent asks, "How do I stop my child from falling behind?" the deeper question is, what system is shaping my child's thinking every day? Because your teenager is being trained by a system whether you design one or not. School is a system. Social media is a system. Gaming is a system. Friend groups are systems. AI tools are systems. Family conversations are systems. Every system teaches. Some systems teach passivity. Some systems teach comparison. Some systems teach speed without depth. Some systems teach attention without purpose. A better system can teach clarity, ownership, curiosity, judgment, direction. This is why super learning begins with the mind. Because before a teenager builds with AI, they must learn how to think. And before they think clearly, they must learn how to see clearly. A teenager who sees only the event asks, "What answer do I need?" A teenager who sees the system asks, "What is really happening here?" That shift is powerful. Imagine a teenager struggling in mathematics. The surface event is a poor result. The usual reaction is more pressure, more tuition, more worksheets, more reminders. Those may help in some cases, yet a systems thinker asks deeper questions. Where exactly does the understanding break down? Is the student memorizing procedures without seeing patterns? Is anxiety blocking recall? Is practice too random? Is feedback too late? Is the student afraid to ask basic questions? Is the child's mental model, "I am bad at this"? That one belief can poison the entire learning system. Because when a teenager believes, "I am bad at this," every difficult question becomes evidence. Every mistake becomes identity. Every correction feels like shame. Now imagine the same teenager using AI wisely. They do not ask, "Give me the answer." They ask, "Show me the concept from the simplest possible angle." Then they ask, "Where do students usually misunderstand this?" Then, create 3 practice questions that test the idea in different ways. Then, check my reasoning and show me exactly where it breaks. Then, explain the pattern behind the mistake. In that moment, AI becomes more than a tool. It becomes a mirror that reflects the quality of the students' questions, a mirror that exposes their gaps, a mirror that helps them improve the system of learning itself. That is the difference. A passive teen uses AI to escape the problem. A superlearner uses AI to understand the problem. And this is where many parents need to change the conversation at home. Instead of asking only, "Did you use AI?" Ask, "How did you use it?" Ask, "What did it help you understand?" Ask, "What did you change after reading the answer?" Ask, "Where did you disagree?" Ask, "What is your own view now?" These questions make thinking visible. And once thinking becomes visible, it can be trained. There is another hidden force shaping your teen's future: mental models. A mental model is the invisible frame your child uses to interpret the world. Most teenagers do not know they have mental models. They simply experience them as truth. I'm not creative. I'm bad at languages. School is just about grades. AI is cheating. AI will replace everyone. I need the right answer before I start. I should avoid looking stupid. These beliefs are more than thoughts. They are instructions. They tell the teenager what to attempt, what to avoid, how much effort to give, how quickly to quit, what feedback means, what failure means, what the future feels like. This is why a teenager can be surrounded by opportunity and still feel trapped. Their mental model limits what they can see. AI may open doors. Yet a child who believes, "I'm not the kind of person who builds things," may never walk through. A school may provide resources, yet a child who believes only naturally smart people succeed may give up too quickly. A parent may encourage them, yet a child who believes "my worth is my result" may hide mistakes instead of learning from them. So one of the most important jobs of modern parenting is helping teenagers examine their mental models, gently, calmly, without turning every conversation into a lecture. Because when a teen becomes aware of the frame, they can change the frame. They can move from, "I'm bad at this," to, "My current method is weak." They can move from, "I don't know what to do," to, "I need to identify the next small step." They can move from, "AI is doing the thinking for me," to, "AI can help me think through the problem more clearly." That is a very different mind. The teenagers who thrive in the AI age will learn to ask, "What frame am I using? What assumption am I making? What am I missing? What else could be true?" Those questions may sound simple. They are profound, because AI can give a confident answer to a weak question. It can give a polished answer to a shallow frame. It can give fluent language to poor judgment. AI does not automatically make a teenager wiser. It amplifies the mind using it. So when the mind is unclear, AI can amplify confusion. When the mind is passive, AI can amplify dependency. When the mind is sharp, AI can amplify capability. This is why prompting is thinking made visible. The prompt reveals the mind. A vague prompt reveals a vague goal. A rushed prompt reveals shallow attention. A lazy prompt reveals a desire to avoid effort. A thoughtful prompt reveals structure. A better prompt shows that the student understands the purpose, the audience, the constraints, the standard, the desired outcome. So when your teenager learns to prompt well, they are learning something deeper than a software skill. They are learning how to define problems. They are learning how to communicate intention. They are learning how to shape intelligence toward a result. That is a future skill. There is another reason parents feel anxious. The world no longer rewards only linear thinking. Linear thinking says, Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, follow the route, get the result. There are times when this matters. A recipe needs sequence. A science procedure needs sequence. A mathematical proof may need sequence. Yet the future your teenager is entering is full of complexity. Careers will shift. Tools will change. Industries will merge. Skills will combine in unexpected ways. One decision may create consequences in another part of the system. In that world, the teenager who waits for perfect instructions may struggle, because life will rarely hand them a clean worksheet. It will hand them messy problems, unclear goals, incomplete information, competing priorities, changing constraints. This is where systems thinking becomes a superpower. Systems thinking teaches a teen to look beyond the obvious, to see relationships, patterns, feedback loops, delays, hidden causes, longer consequences. It teaches them to stop asking only, "What happened?" and start asking, "What keeps producing this?" That one question changes everything. A teenager says, "I keep procrastinating." A surface response is, "Be more disciplined." A systems response asks, "What keeps producing procrastination?" Maybe the task feels too big. Maybe the first step is unclear. Maybe the phone gives faster reward. Maybe the teen fears producing weak work. Maybe the sleep schedule is damaging focus. Maybe the child only starts when pressure becomes painful enough. Now we can see the system. And once we see the system, we can redesign it. The goal shifts from blame to structure. That matters deeply, because many teenagers already feel judged. They hear adults talk about laziness, distraction, addiction to screens, lack of resilience. Yet judgment alone rarely builds capability. A better system does. A parent can say, "Let's look at what is making this hard." That one sentence changes the emotional climate. It tells the teen, "You are not the problem. We are going to understand the system producing the problem." Then the teen can begin to think, what is the trigger? What is the pattern? What reward keeps the pattern alive? What small change could interrupt it? What feedback should we watch? This is real learning. Because the teen is no longer being managed from the outside. They are learning to manage the system from the inside. AI can help with this too. A teenager can use AI to map a habit loop, to break down a project, to compare possible strategies, to create a study plan, to simulate consequences, to generate options, to reflect on patterns. The parent's role is to keep the human judgment alive. Because AI can suggest. The teenager must decide. AI can organize. The teenager must understand. AI can accelerate. The teenager must remain responsible. That relationship is the heart of healthy AI use. Now let us talk about creativity. Many parents hear the word creativity and think of art, drawing, music, writing, drama. Those expressions matter. Yet the creativity your teenager needs in the AI age is wider. It is the ability to see new possibilities, to combine ideas, to challenge the usual path, to imagine alternatives, to ask, what if the problem is framed incorrectly? This kind of creativity is no longer optional. Because AI can produce average, it can produce familiar, it can produce what has already been patterned in the data. The human edge comes from asking better questions and making better choices. Creativity begins when a teenager refuses to accept the first frame as the only frame. For example, a student says, "I need to study more." A creative thinker asks, what is the real goal? Is the goal more hours or deeper understanding? Is the goal better recall or faster feedback? Is the goal to read more notes or to explain the concept clearly? Different frames create different strategies. That is creativity. A teen says, "I don't know what career I want." A creative thinker asks, what problems do I care about? What do people ask me for help with? What could I build that would teach me what I enjoy? What kind of work gives me energy? Those questions create exploration. And in the AI age, exploration can become output quickly. A teenager can build a small website, a prototype, a short video, a research brief, a study tool, a campaign idea, a simple automation, a personal learning system, a solution to a problem at school. That is the super learning shift. From passive learning to visible proof. Because teenagers do not build confidence from motivational speeches. They build confidence from evidence. Evidence that they can begin. Evidence that they can improve. Evidence that they can make something. Evidence that their ideas can become real. This is why output matters. Learning changes when it has to become something. When a teenager builds, they meet reality. The idea that sounded clear in their head becomes messy. The first draft is weak. The prototype breaks. The explanation is confusing. The plan has gaps. That is good because reality gives feedback. And feedback is how growth becomes honest. Many students are trained to fear feedback. They think feedback means they failed. In the AI age, they need a stronger model. Feedback means the system is speaking. Feedback shows what to improve. Feedback turns vague effort into targeted growth. This is why the best young builders develop a different relationship with imperfection. They do not wait until everything is perfect before starting. They start small. They test, they improve, they learn from friction. AI can help them iterate faster, yet the courage to build still has to come from the human. The willingness to put an idea into the world still belongs to the teen. There is a specific kind of student parents need to watch carefully. The good student. The student who follows instructions. The student who wants the rubric. The student who asks, "What exactly do I need to do?" The student who performs well when the pathway is clear. This child may look safe, yet in the AI age, this child can face a hidden risk. They may become dependent on external structure. They may wait for permission. They may feel lost when success is undefined. They may struggle when there is no sample answer. They may hesitate to create because creation feels too open. For a long time, school may reward compliance. The future will reward initiative, and initiative has to be trained. A teenager needs chances to make decisions, to define problems, to plan, to test, to handle uncertainty, to recover when the first attempt fails, to communicate what they are building, to take responsibility for an outcome. This is operational intelligence, the ability to move from idea to execution. AI makes operational intelligence more valuable. Because the tools can generate pieces quickly, the teenager must still assemble those pieces into something meaningful. Imagine two teenagers using the same AI tool. One types, "Write my project for me." They get an answer, they copy, they submit, they escape the task. Another teenager starts with, "I need to understand this topic well enough to explain it to younger students." Then asks, "What are the core ideas? What examples make this easier? What are common misunderstandings? What simple project could demonstrate the concept? What would make this explanation more engaging?" Then they build, they revise, they test it with someone, they improve. Both used AI, only one became more capable. That is the line parents must learn to see. The question is less about tool use. The question is about the thinking process. This is also why just learn coding is too narrow. Coding can be useful. Technical skills can open doors. Yet AI is changing tools so quickly that tool worship becomes risky. The deeper skill is learning how to think with systems, how to identify problems, how to design solutions, how to communicate clearly, how to use tools to build meaningful output, how to work with others, how to lead through uncertainty. A teenager who only learns tools may become outdated. A teenager who learns how to learn, adapt, build, and judge can keep upgrading. That is a different kind of preparation, and it is much closer to what the future requires. So what does super learning really mean? It means activating the super brain, helping teenagers know what to think about, helping them build judgment, helping them combine human intelligence with AI amplification. It means creating super output, turning ideas into real work, projects, prototypes, presentations, tools, systems, creative assets. Visible proof that learning is becoming ability. And it means growing into superachievers, young people who create value, young people who shape the future around them, young people who learn to lead from clarity rather than react from fear. The system is simple. Think, build, share, mentor, level up. Each creation becomes fuel for the next. A teenager thinks about a problem, then builds a solution, then shares it, then helps someone else understand it, then grows into a stronger version of themselves. This loop matters because learning should compound, confidence should compound, judgment should compound, output should compound. And when a teenager experiences that loop repeatedly, identity begins to change. They stop asking only, "Am I smart enough?" They begin asking, "What can I build next?" That is a healthier question. It moves them from comparison to contribution. And contribution is one of the greatest antidotes to teenage anxiety about the future, because many teens today quietly wonder where they fit. They see AI doing impressive things. They see adults worrying. They see school pressure rising. They see social media turning life into performance. Some may wonder, what will be left for me? The answer is this. Your teenager's future is not to compete with machines at being mechanical. Their future is to become more capable humans in a world of powerful machines, to understand people, to communicate with care, to use judgment, to build trust, to make ethical choices, to notice meaningful problems, to create useful solutions, to lead where others freeze. These human abilities become more valuable as intelligence becomes more abundant. Because when everyone can access answers, the advantage moves to the person who knows what is worth asking. When everyone can generate content, the advantage moves to the person with taste and discernment. When everyone can create quickly, the advantage moves to the person who understands what should be created. This is why parents should stop treating soft skills as soft. Communication is power, judgment is power, ethics is power, empathy is power, leadership is power. AI can simulate some of these things. Human beings still have to live them. A teenager who can build tools and build trust has an advantage. A teenager who can use AI and understand people has an advantage. A teenager who can think independently inside powerful systems has an advantage. That is the new human edge. So what can parents do? You do not need to become an AI expert. You do not need to chase every new platform. You do not need to turn your home into a technology lab. Your deeper job is to shape the learning environment. Start by changing the questions. When your teenager shows you something they made, ask, "What was the first version like?" When they tell you AI helped, ask, "What did you improve after using it?" When they are stuck, ask, "What part of the problem is unclear?" When they complain about school, ask, "What system would make this better?" When they get a result, ask, "What did this teach you about your method?" When they feel discouraged, ask, "What is the next small experiment?" These questions train systems thinking. They teach your child to look beneath the surface. They teach them that growth comes from process. They teach them that AI is a tool for deeper thinking when used with intention. You can also create a home culture where open-ended questions are normal. At dinner, in the car, during a walk. Ask, what is one problem at school that students complain about? What would a better version look like? How could AI help without removing the human part? What would be the risk? What would be the first small test? Notice what happens. Your teenager begins to see problems as design opportunities. They begin to look at the world as something they can improve. That is leadership. Leadership begins long before a title. It begins when a young person believes, I can notice something. I can understand it. I can make it better. And parents can model this too. When something goes wrong at home, resist the quick blame. Say, let's look at the system. Why were we rushed? What caused the confusion? Where did communication break? What can we change before it happens again? That one practice can teach more than a lecture. Because your teenager sees thinking in action. They see that problems are solvable. They see that mistakes are information. They see that adults can improve systems instead of simply getting angry at outcomes. There is one more piece, patience. Systems change with delay. A new habit may take time before results appear. A new learning method may feel strange before it feels natural. A teenager may resist at first. A parent may feel tempted to push harder. Yet deep change usually begins quietly. A slightly better question, a slightly clearer plan, a slightly stronger first draft, a slightly more honest reflection, a slightly better use of AI. Do not underestimate these small shifts. Small loops become identity. A teen who repeatedly asks better questions becomes a better thinker. A teen who repeatedly builds small outputs becomes a builder. A teen who repeatedly reflects on feedback becomes more adaptable. A teen who repeatedly uses AI with judgment becomes less dependent and more powerful. That is how growth compounds. The future will keep changing. New tools will arrive, old careers will shift, some skills will lose value, new possibilities will appear. So the goal cannot be to prepare your teenager for one fixed future. The goal is to prepare your teenager to keep becoming ready. Ready to learn, ready to adapt, ready to question, ready to build, ready to lead when the path is unclear. That is super learning. If you are a parent listening to this, your fear makes sense. You are watching the world change faster than school can adapt. You want your child to have confidence. You want them to stay relevant. You want them to have a future that still belongs to them. So remember this, your teen does not need to memorize more than AI. They need to think better with AI. They need to see systems. They need to understand their own mental models. They need to build real output. They need to develop human judgment in a world of machine intelligence. And perhaps beneath all the fear, there is a powerful hope. Because AI may reveal talents the old system missed. The teenager who struggled with memorization may become a brilliant builder. The teenager who disliked worksheets may become a creative problem solver. The teenager who seemed average in the old school game may become extraordinary when given the chance to make something real. Talent has always been wider than the system's ability to recognize it. Now we have a chance to widen the doorway. The future will not simply ask your child, "What do you know?" It will ask, "What can you do with the intelligence around you?" And that answer begins today, with the way they think, with the systems they build, with the courage to use powerful tools wisely, and with parents who understand that the real goal is not to fear the future. It is to raise a young person capable of shaping it. This is Ariana Minsky, and this is Super Learning.